What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Maketoys visualizers, their version of Reflector. This is obviously came out a while ago. I didn't really have a chance to get a hold of this until recently, and I got it for a good price. They are actually reissuing this. You can get this from a bunch of retailers. I did see it on TF Source. I don't really like to use TF Source, but I go to my guy Baba Bobo. He doesn't have this, but you can get this pretty much anywhere right now for $130. I got it for less than that, but either way, I think it's a good price for 3 figures. So here's the front of the box. You got the nice foil writing and some product shots. Here's the back. It pretty much shows all the features. The different faces you get, the camera mode. It comes with guns and also this rocket launcher piece. And then it comes with actual camera mounting hardware, so you can actually mount it to a tripod, which is interesting. And then you get this little mini camera here. On the bottom, you just have another product shots. Nothing really on the sides. Just the name on the top. It just says visualizer. So that's really it for the packaging. And here we have the figure, and it is in camera mode. I'm going to start in camera mode. But it really is a beautiful camera mode, especially this lens. I think that's the thing that just kind of sets it apart from its competition, is the way that lens looks. The flash is pretty good too. It does open up, but in camera mode, obviously you're intended to have it like that. Here's kind of the back, which looks fine. I think that looks good. Here's the side. You got some little details and bits here. Here's the top. You do have some detail here. It's got a battery meter, which is kind of neat. You got a little button here. You can press that button, and you got a viewfinder, although you can't really see through it, but it's fine. It looks cool. It's got a nice translucent green there. This translucent green's got some chrome behind it, so that's why it looks like that. It looks really nice. It's a well done coloring. Well done paint / plastic coloring. So all around, very nice camera. It does come with a lot of accessories. Let's take a look at those. So first little accessory is a mini camera. It looks very similar to this guy. I like it. I really do like it. You can give this to Megatron or somebody to hold. I'm definitely going to put this on the display, but it's painted in there. It does look good. It's a nice little camera. Good little feature to include. It does come with this piece here, which is the actual, you could put a real tripod on it. I think you literally just stick this in here, and it kind of attaches right there in the front. You can push it in, and that's it. And now you can actually mount it on a tripod if you want to. I'm not going to do that, but it's neat that they thought about that. It's just interesting, the display options they're trying to give you. It's creative, and that's good. That's good thinking for Transformer. I knocked this loose here. And then you also get the guns, which we're going to take a look at a robot mode, so hold on to those. You also get these alternate faces, and we'll take a look at those also in robot mode. And then finally you get a button, which you can replace this flash here. So basically take the flash out, put that in, and you can have 2 buttons. So obviously the flash is interchangeable. You can put it on this side if you want. And actually I like having to see this part. So if I'm going to ever display this in camera mode, which I probably won't, that's probably the way I'll display it. But you get a nice pressing button. It doesn't do anything. It just feels nice in your hand. And that's really it for camera mode. Here he is with a Masterpiece Carbot. This is the X-Transbot's version of Wild Rider. And you can see, this camera is just absolutely gigantic. So you can't really scale this with anything. It's kind of like Megatron's gun, right? It's big enough to hold in your hand, but does it make any sense? No. So we don't have mass shifting. Obviously, if you were to shrink down to scale, actually even this would be too big, right? Next to a car, this would be a gigantic camera. So there's no way, obviously, in our current technology to mass shift this down to the right size. So I like it. I appreciate that it fits in your hand. I love the look of it. So that's really it for camera mode. Let's get this guy transformed into robot mode and see how he looks. So first thing you want to do is kind of take off all the attachments. You can take this off. This does have a piece here, and you can leave that on there. Just a little adapter, but that can stay there. Just set that to the side. You also can pull out, or you can put the other button back in if you want to, or you can leave it out. You don't really need to do either, but for sake of completeness, that's the way it came in the box, so I'm putting it back in that way. Okay. So next thing you can do is start getting this thing apart. So you can pull that camera down, and then you want to pull this off, and then pull this off. And now you can separate the three robots. And I love the way that comes together. It's a very unique and interesting design to have both sides come together to make that lens. Right? So now you can address each one individually. So we'll start with this one because he's different. So you can push that viewfinder in all the way for now. We are going to lift this back up, actually lift this up, and then lift this bottom chest piece up, and it will tab in. You'll see two tabs right there. So just be careful with it. It goes on. It's just, you gotta be careful. Okay, so now that we've done that, you can just leave this open for now. So you can untab these legs. Now it's a little tricky because it's sort of underneath this. So I found the best thing to do is split the legs first and kind of push them out to the sides. Then detach the legs from the arms. And so you can see there was two tabs that were inside of here. So again, I don't like the bending of the plastic, so try to be careful there, but that is how it transforms. You got to get them on there. And now you can see this is kind of taking shape. So straighten the legs out, and these are on double jointed knees. So you can basically get them straight all the way forward. You can fold up this back piece here onto his calf. Alright, so now that we're done with the legs, you can start working on the top part here. So push these out a little bit, and then you're going to rotate this to the back. And then you can open this up, flip it around, and that's just going to sit right there. You can tab the arms in on both sides, like that. Then you can fold this faux camera piece down, the faux lens, and then that goes on top. I love the look of that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Rotate the arms around and pull them down so that they extend, and then put the hands in the right position so you can see that the hands extend. There's a little slider there. And then rotate the waist, and now you got him all squared away. And let's work on the other robots. So let's do this one next. So first, open this up to the side there. Just leave that there for now. Untab these panels. Oh, I knocked the button out, but you can just put that right back in. Open these tab right in onto the top here. Okay. Same thing for the legs. So they are tabbed together, so you can untab them. And actually, you got to pull all these panels off. So pull this panel back. Same on this side. Pull this panel back, and then you can pull this leg down. Same on this side. You can pull the leg down. Now you're gonna get a little bit hindered here by this piece. So you kind of have to work your way around that. And it's tight in there, so I don't know what the best way to do that, but once you get the legs free, you're going to take this back panel here. And this has got to come around, so open this up. And then rotate it down. Rotate this up. And then this side panel is going to rotate downwards like that. And that should just stay right there. Close this up, and then this will tab in to the bottom. So that's one, and then pull out the leg and the foot. And that's one leg done. So you just do the same thing on this side. Open that panel up. Rotate it down. Close that. Close that. Rotate this down. Make sure it's pressed in. Pull the foot out. Now you got two legs done. The back part, I actually really like the transformation here. So pull this open. Now it is tabbed into the arm, so you kind of want to hold the arm in place. I'll do that again on this side. Hold the arm and then pull this back. And just leave those there for now. You gotta rotate the arms out this way and then lift them up. And now you can rotate this back so that behind the arm, you put the arms back down. You can rotate the head up. You can see the button goes inside the body. Rotate this backpack around, and we're actually going to open this up. And this is interesting how it all accordions in there. It's kind of a neat little trick. And now that you have this all taken out, you kind of have to accordion it down so it fits inside of here. And it's a little tricky, but it goes. So you basically want this black piece to wrap around his backpack. And it kind of makes a little square. And if you don't have it right, it won't plug in, but so you can kind of feel out how it's supposed to go. Also make sure before you put this in here, sure you have the head piece above. So you just want to get that tab underneath the head. Now you can tap that together. And it should make a nice little square. If you don't have a square, then or a rectangle. If you don't have a rectangle, then you probably don't have the angle of these corner pieces quite right. You can see you need to make a little bit of adjustments there. Okay, but once you get it, it'll fit in there nicely. Now you can close up these arm panels. So easiest thing is just lift these arms to the side. And when you close these, there's a tab right there. It's going into a hole right there. So those should just match up. Like that. See on the other side, should just match up there. There we go. Now I'm going to sort out the arms. So just pull those out, and that'll basically expose the full double joint. And just turn the hands to the right position. Seam on this side. Pull the arms down. And now we've got that one all done. Right. So only one left. So this one is very similar to that one, so we'll kind of do this quickly. And then you're going to fold this up, and it's going to tab in right into his back right there. And just make sure you bring the head up. And kind of get it all squeezed together. Fold the arms down, pull them down on the slot there. Same thing on this side. Oops. Yeah, these just kind of sit there. They're not really attached to anything. You can put them right back. Pull the arms down. Rotate it around, and there you have the final robot. all transformed up. These feet do tend to pop in on their own, so you kind of got to pull them up. But there you have all three in robot mode, and they do look really good. I like the way they look. We will show off all the accessories. I just want to show you these two are very similar. Those are like the clones, and then this one is like the main middle guy who's got the what do you call it, the lens. And I like his backpack. I think it actually looks kind of cool. Actually, all their backpacks are fine. Like, I don't have any issue with any of them. And I think this is kind of neat too, the fact that he has the lens on the back. But all in all, they do look really good in robot mode and in vehicle mode, both modes. These are a little loose, but you don't really need them to be tight because friction's gonna kind of hold it in place. But if you need it to be tighter, you can kind of push it down. So let's take a quick look at accessories. So they all come with a gun. I know that particular ones go with a particular character, but I don't really care. So let's just get these guns. And they have the typical, you know, tab on the back. So it tabs into the back of the hand. So we'll get these into the figures. Here they are with their weapons, and they look good. They're good looking weapons. They're kind of plain. I mean, they have a little bit of hollowness to them, but they look good enough, especially for these little guys. They don't need to be too crazy. You know, it really has a good look to it. You can also use this as a weapon. So there's a handle right here. You can take off this adapter, but I'm never going to use this. So just for the purpose of showing you, it does fit into the hand here. It's just a little heavy. So you can get this in the hand. You can close the wrist around it. And there you go. He's got this thing going on. And it is a little bit front heavy, but he can hold it. It's kind of silly. I don't know. I don't really like. I mean, I like that they included that feature. I just don't like the look of it, so I don't plan to use that. But let's get in up close here. So here's the chest. The chest is my favorite piece on these guys. It looks really good. The way it's designed. It's got that metallic chrome behind the green, the translucent green. This looks okay. It would have been nice if they had a little bit of paint on there, but that's okay. There's not really a lot of paint anywhere on this, so. But the only paint is the red, the gray, and the red here, and then behind this glass, and that's really it. There's no other paint on these guys. The other thing would maybe this behind that glass, that transparent plastic. So even the eyes is just like a red plastic. It looks good. It's just not painted. It doesn't have that premium look. It does feel okay. The plastic feels like a good quality. There's no die cast really anywhere on this guy, which I'm okay with. You know, these are tiny guys. They don't necessarily need the die cast, but it would have been nice if maybe the feet had been die cast. Trying to feel them. They're not. Let's go over articulation. So the head is on a ball joint that does actually swivel all the way around, and you get a little bit of waggle too. And up and down is a little bit up and down, but it's limited. You do have a outward motion on the shoulder. It does rotate all the way around. You get the rotation of the bicep, double jointed elbow. You kind of have to get it past there, but you can get it all the way up. Hands are a single pin. The fingers don't move individually. You do have a waist rotation. No ab crunch, although you can kind of get the ab crunch with these legs. These are interesting legs, so they do move together. We can also move them independently. But because of that, it kind of looks like he's getting an ab crunch, the way it's set up, because the hip skirts aren't really hip skirts. They rotate with the leg, so that gives the illusion of ab crunch, which is nice. I think that's a good good design. You do get a rotation at the thigh all the way around. You do get a double jointed knee, but you don't really need the second joint, but you can use it. Gets your leg all the way up to there. That joint is different from the other guys, so just let me get to the other guys, I'll explain. I think you do kind of want it all the way out like that. No rotation at the knee, but you don't really need it because you got the thigh. You do get a ball jointed foot, so you get ankle rocker all the way up to there, all the way into there, forward and back. So plenty of movement there, so you can get some dynamic poses with these guys and their feet. Now these guys are a little bit different, so I'm going to go over just one of them, but same head on the ball joint, same arms and shoulders, same double jointed. Everything up to there is the same. What's different is the legs. So there's a single joint. It's a ratchet, but then there's this thing inside the knee is a little loose right here. That's not meant to really articulate, but it does. So it kind of just moves out of the way. It's not really, you know, it's not meant to do that, but you can kind of hold it and then it'll stay in place. And then this ball joint pops in and out, whereas the other one doesn't. And it tends to be a little bit looser than that one, but that's nothing that you can't fix with some floor polish or whatever. So basically the same articulation on all three, despite the differences in design. I really like that they're all the same. That's, you know, they're supposed to be clones, and I like the fact that they're the same. Now you can see that this guy's foot joint is a little loose. This one's not as bad, so I'll probably tighten those up. But in terms of looks, in terms of articulation, it's got everything you'd want. Now you can get the face sculpts. There are multiple face sculpts here. There he is with the happy face. That one looks okay. There he is with the confused / sad face. That one's kind of cool. I mean, I like the fact that they give you these options, but that looks pretty good. There he is with his normal straight face. I think that actually is probably fine. I think you could leave it with that. And there is one face that doesn't fit on any of them, and that's this one. It just looks like the back is a little too thick. But this is kind of the worried face, and it's okay. I mean, I don't mind. It's nice that they have all these options for faces. It's just this one, the tab is misshapen. So that's really it for accessories and for robot mode. I definitely recommend this set if you're looking for a affordable reflector for your collection. This is definitely a good one to get. It doesn't feel premium, but it feels good enough to be in a masterpiece collection. I think it's one of the better ones. I like it better than the Fans Toys just because of the look of certain parts of it. The Fans Toys one had some, like, especially this front chest. I think they did that better than Fans Toys did on theirs. Also, I like the backpacks. I like that they're all unique backpacks, and that it has the whole camera. You know, it's all built in. Like, there's no parts forming needed except for this piece, which I don't even mind that because it turns into a gun. So that's the only parts forming piece on this entire thing. Everything is contained within these characters, and that's saying something about engineering. You know, they did a good job with engineering on these three. So I'm really happy with this set. I know this is a late coming review, but I highly recommend these if you can get your hands on these. They are available right now as a reissue, coming out, I believe, in May or June. So if you want to get those, you can take a look at your local retailer. My guy, Baba Boba, he doesn't have these right now, but maybe in the future when that reissue comes out, he might have some of these. So thanks for watching, guys. I will have some other upcoming reviews soon. I have a couple things on the way here, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.